Lourdes Hairston UTV. Of all the Englishes in the world, British English and American English are the two most common types of English used. In this video, I'll show you these two types of English you should get familiar with. Native speakers all have their own unique ways of talking. There are thousands of English accents, slang words, and pronunciation habits you might hear, which can make it difficult to understand them all. But it's not all bad. Learning different types of English can actually be exciting. We'll start off with two super common ones that you probably already recognized: the American English and British English. North American English is what people in the US and Canada speak. Standard British English is spoken in the United Kingdom. These are the two most common types of English. The biggest differences between North American English and British English involve pronunciation and spelling. When it comes to spelling, it's mostly in the British English that spells words differently. Although Canada uses North American English, it generally follows British English spelling. Usually, British English used extra letter to the spelling. British would say marvellous, whereas American would say marvellous. British would say catalog, while Americans would say catalog. For British, behavior. For Americans, behavior. Americans, labor. British, labor. Americans, color. British, color. Most words that end in IZE in American English ends ISE in British English. Say for instance, organize, organize. Analyze, analyze. Merchandise, merchandise. There are also some words that sound the same in American and British English, but have different spellings. In the US, the checking account for my money. In British, the checking account for my money. American, mosque. British, mosque. American, skillful. British, skillful. Another areas in which British and American spelling are different.
Some nouns that end with ence in British English are spelled ense in American English. British, defense. American, defense. License, license. Offense, offense. Pretense, pretense. Notice the difference of spelling in the following words. British, travel. American, travel. British, traveled. American, traveled. British, traveling. American, traveling. British, traveler. American, traveler. British English words that end in RE often end in ER in American English. British, center. American, center. British, fiber. American, fiber. British, liter. American, liter. British, theater. American, theater.
Not only on spelling that the American and British English differ, but also on pronunciation. When people talk about British English, they're really talking about received pronunciation or RP. What is received pronunciation or RP? It is the most common English accent that you will encounter when learning British English. Here are some major differences between RP and American pronunciation. In the British accent, R is pronounced very softly when at the end of the word. For example, pork. You would barely pronounce the letter R in the word pork. It can even be considered a silent R in this context. Listen carefully.
British, sister. American, sister. British, letter. American, letter. British, garter. American, garter. British, warm. American, warm.
Let's move to the sound of T. In British, T is always pronounced as T, whether it is in the beginning of the word, in the middle of the word, or at the end of the word. For example, talk, cut, what, table, attain.
On the other hand, there are three ways that Americans pronounce the T sound. The first way is to pronounce the T sharp and clear. This is the T that you use at the beginning of a word, such as take, time, table, and also at the beginning of a stressed syllable like attach and Italian. The second way to pronounce a T is called a flap. Example, butter, water, Italy. And the third way is when T occurs at the end of a word, like hat or heat, cart, heart, what, caught. In American English, the Americans tend to drop the T in the final position.
Many words that come from ancient Greek have an AE in British English, but only E in US English. Most of these words are scientific, medical, or technical, like aesthetic, anemia, gynecologist, pediatrician, anesthesia.
If you'd like to see how British pronunciation compares to some American accents, watch this video.
Water, water, herb, herb, tomato, tomato, vitamin, vitamin, advertisement, advertisement, address, address, basil, basil, semi, semi, often, often, neither, neither, either, either, amen, amen, schedule, schedule, patent, patent, aesthetic, aesthetic, garage, garage. Try practicing the different pronunciations on your own and note how the words sound different. How many of these words have you heard before? Try to explore more. This is Lourdes Hairston UTV saying thank you for tuning in. See ya!